come down to your level. Hello. How are we all getting on? We've had, here in the UK, we've had 3 weeks of this so-called lockdown, and that's now been extended for a further 3 weeks. So it's going to be difficult. I'm finding that I'm wasting time quite a bit, so time to get down to a schedule, start ticking off my to-do list. It's pouring down with rain today, so good time to do a couple of indoor sessions with you. I've had some requests, and the first thing we're going to do today is some balance work and falls prevention. I've written down a few things here. I had a look this morning. I found a website where there were 18 studies listed that were looking at Tai Chi as a way of improving balance, preventing falls, and it comes out at about 47% less chance of falling if you do regular Tai Chi classes. We're not going to do Tai Chi today as such, more just working with our balance. Over a third of 65-year-olds, 65 plus, fall each year, and in a few months' time I will meet that line for my 65th birthday. So leading by example, I think, is what we call it here. And half, this is in the UK, and obviously before COVID came to our shores, half the admissions to A and E were from people falling, and it costs the NHS millions. Some people never recover from falls, whether it's physical or mental. So yeah, it's a big thing. It's a big area that we can try and improve. Now in your foot, and I have to write this down as well, we have each foot 26 bones, 33 joints, 107 ligaments and 19 muscles. That's quite a complex little piece of equipment we have there. So when we're coming to do these movements, I want you to really think about all of those little bits and pieces moving, and you'll notice as you work with your balance that your feet never really stop. There's this constant adjustment feeling underneath your feet. So we're going to do first of all 4 movements that I took to each class. Must be a couple of months ago. I can't take credit for them. It was something I saw on the TV, and I'm sorry whoever it was, but I can't remember what the program was. I think it was giving a gentleman who had Parkinson's disease, giving him some movements to work with to try and improve his balance. I'm going to use a chair, and I suggest if you have a problem that you do the same until you feel you are able to do it without. So let's get started. Those first 4 movements. The first one we did, or they did, was to stand with your feet together, toes pointed forward. Now, as we do these, we want to keep a nice posture. You know, you can look at your feet first, make sure you're in the right place. They're on the end of your legs usually. But once you've established that, we want to lift up through. Remember that golden cord up through the spine from the crown of the head, lifting you upwards. We need to be careful that the shoulders are not hunched and the chest is not extending. We want to lower that down so that your centre of gravity is here in the abdomen. Standing like this already, you're a bit top heavy. So let it all sink down and feel your feet firm to the ground. And we do each of these for a minute. I haven't got a clock handy. Okay. So I'll just guess. We're standing there with our feet together, back straight, looking straight forward. And whilst we're here, why not think about your breathing? It's always good to think about your breathing. So yeah, can you feel that movement in your feet the whole time, readjusting? Hold on to something if you feel the need. Lightly, don't grip. We don't want any tension in your upper body. That's a minute. This is only going to take 5 minutes of your day. Our second position was taking one foot forward, right in front of the other. So your heels and toes are lined up. This is not so easy. And we'll do it first with one leg in front. Again, think about your posture. Relax your upper body and look straight forward. There's a little bit more movement going on in my feet now. If it's not easy to have one foot directly in front of the other, of course, take them apart a little bit. Work in progress. Okay, that's our minute, and then we change to bring the other foot forward. So the same thing, one in front of the other, and what am I? I'm about half a foot between my heel and my toes, about 10 centimetres. Need to experiment with that. I don't know if it would make a lot of difference. That's easier. So fairly close. And again, we're lifting up through the spine, the top of the head, looking straight forward, relaxing chest, breath towards the abdomen, and using your support if you wish. If you're already at the point of using sticks to walk, then yeah, use your stick. I didn't check the time on this one. Do you reckon that's a minute yet? This foot forward is a little bit more wobbly. We're going to change feet again. This is number 3. One foot forward, same as just now, and the other foot we're going to lift the heel a little off the floor. And again, check. We'll do that for a minute. Make sure you're not sinking into your supporting hip. I probably need to give you a bit more instruction here, so be careful that you don't allow yourself to drop. Keep pulling upwards. Remember that thread. Another 10 seconds. And of course, what we do one side, we have to do the other. So get your foot in position, straight forward if possible, tripping over my tongue. Weight forward, back heel off the floor, lifting up through the spine, top of the head, looking straight ahead, and make sure this hip is not taking itself down and out. Lifting up. Engage these muscles in the abdomen. And just one point, as I adjusted my arm then, wherever your support is, you don't want it so that it's lifting up your shoulders, your arms. So I was thinking, oh, that's a bit tense, and that was a better level for me. So just think about that when you put your hands on something. Number 4, the last one, is a slow, not very easy walk, and I'm not going to be able to get many in before you lose sight of me. The only way I could do this with support all the way would be in the kitchen using the work surface, and that's the only area that I can think of that is long. I guess you could just go along the wall, maybe, just pushing your hands along the wall as you go. So this one we're going to go forwards, and if you remember the second position we did with one foot in front of the other, and this is where all those 107 ligaments, however many bones, are going to come into play, 30 odd joints. Don't peer at your feet. So we really want to feel the feet. And this is the same when we do Tai Chi. It's being aware, really conscious of where you're putting your feet. And not until they feel safe do you commit your weight to it. Okay, so we are going to lift the back heel off the floor, so peeling through, and then we bring the heel to the toe of the other foot, and then gently lower into that foot. So now we're back in that position that we were doing our number 2 position. And then we're going to transfer weight forward and peel the back foot off. All the time we are pulling upwards through the spine, looking straight ahead. And I've probably disappeared by now, so I'll come back. Looking straight ahead, heels down first. Feel the floor beneath you. And peeling off the foot at the back and heels. Okay, so those 4 movements were the ones that I was taking through to the classes. It actually reminded me of something I used to do years ago, which was chicken walking and cat walking. Basically, when we do Tai Chi in particular, we should be in control the whole time. It's very slow movements. We refer to normal walking, like you would be doing round the shops or up the street, as controlled falling, because you tend to be committed to that foot before you are actually ready and secure. So the chicken and I wasn't going to do this, it's come out the blue, the chicken and the cat walking are like a little test to make sure that you are in control. You should be able to stop at any point. So the chicken walking was stopping with your foot off the floor, stepping forward, always heels down first, transferring weight and lifting the foot. Stepping forward, lifting the foot and pausing for a little moment. Forward, lifting the foot. And forward, lift and pause. So yeah, chickens, step. You don't have to do this. You can if you want, not necessary. Maybe with your children. So the pause is there. Our cats, on the other hand, you think of pussy cats or lions or tigers, then they creep forward. So for our cat walk, we're not modelling. We go forward and stop there. Now be careful that that doesn't encourage you to put the toes down first. Stop, step, transfer, forwards. Oh yeah. I don't have any pussycats at the moment, I miss them. So pausing and forward. So what's happening here is I've bent my supporting leg a little more, just to get that grounding, that rooting. Okay, cats and chickens. How long have we been doing it? Is that enough? Just a couple of things then before we stop. If your balance is not quite good enough to start doing those walks, holding onto your chair, again that nice alignment through your body, and we're going to peel one foot off the floor. So this is more for those of you who are aware that your balance is not quite ready to do the walking alone. Weight into the centre. Lift the other one up slowly and bring it in. You'd probably be better with the chair in front of you, your support in front of you, but obviously if I did that you wouldn't be able to see me. So now we're going to go back. We're going to lift the foot off, make sure this hip doesn't drop. Take it out. Complete control at all times. Toes down first, settle centre. Other foot, heels, going through all those little bones and joints and muscles. Toes down first and close. Once more, lifting, out, weight centre. Feeling your weight on your feet, sent right over the middle of your feet, equally distributed. lifting and in and back, lift up and out and lift and together. And exactly the same thing with the forward movement, lifting, drop into your knee, heels, toes, weight forward, back foot, heel off and together. Lift, step back, take care on this one, lift, together. And now leading with the other foot, lift and forwards, heels down first, raise the back heel, bring your weight forward, lift up, toes down first, together. Take the same foot back, peel it off, toes down first at the back. I don't think you have any option of that really. So when you're lifting this front foot, lift the heel off first and close, rather than the toes and bring it in. Okay, so let's just do that backward one again. We're going to peel off heels through to your toes, toes down first, settle centre, front foot, heel off the floor and back. Okay, I think that's enough. So a few things there for you to experiment with and hopefully get that balance sorted out. Good luck, and we'll be back again shortly.